In this video, I will give you a very quick look into my design process and overview of my magnetic clamps. For the design, I took my portable monitor clamp that I made a few months ago and used a Boolean modifier to remove the top portion of the model. Then I duplicated what was the bottom half, mirrored that, then joined it together to give me the basic shape of the model that I was creating. I then cleaned up the geometry by closing the duplicate screw hole and taking out most of the bevels. I knew that for the most part I was going to be using more square edges than the current rounder edges. In version 1, I was testing the magnets I had on hand, which were only 8 by 3 millimeters. I wanted to get a gauge of how strong the bond would be with these magnets. I made the mistake of creating the slot to have the two magnets next to each other, which created the issue of them fighting for the superiority of the polarity they were giving out. Only one would fit in the cavity because they were pushing the other one out. So version 1 only held one magnet at a time. After I printed the base, I printed the screw from Mr. Tech's desk mount headphone holder that I used for my portable monitor clamps too. I'm marking this model as a remix of both my holder and his. When I tested version 1 out, it worked good for my lighter tools. I think when I weighed it, it was about 150 grams was the mark that version 1 would hold. For version 2, I knew that I had the basic shape that I wanted to have. So my only work to be done in Blender was on a larger cavity and the magnet holder. I ordered 20 by 3 millimeter neodymium magnets to increase the strength of the magnetic field. I created the magnetic holder just a bit thinner than the cavity on two of the sides so that I could easily take the holder in and out if I messed up the polarity again, which I knew was going to happen even though I had marked the magnets. The magnet holder can accommodate either 1 or 2 magnets. Obviously 1 will have a weaker magnetic field than 2, but it worked for most of my lighter use cases. Having 2 magnets in there makes the bond much stronger. Another way to make the bond even stronger for heavier tools is to add more clamps to make an array. I haven't had a project that I've needed to use it quite like this yet, but I can see how having a magnetic clamp for a project where I'm either on my back or looking up, where I want to keep my tool handy but I don't want to consistently stretch out awkwardly to grab it each time, I can see how this would be very handy for that. I was happy that the project for the magnetic clamp holders turned out how I wanted it to be for my use cases. But I was also curious if I could make a simple hook attachment that would hold on to the base of the clamp holder. I wasn't sure exactly how strong it would be, but the magnetic attachment for the hook is strong enough to hold the set of headphones. However, it is not strong enough to be rough when setting the headphones down on there. But for a simple hat hook holder or something lightweight to organize, this attachment works really well. I hope you can find some use cases for these magnetic clamps like I did. Thank you for watching.